In just 6 months, I went from this to this. And I don't show you this just to tell you how great I am, how strong and amazing I am. Not at all, bro, because I know that anyone following the right steps, having the right mindsets, and following the right techniques would have done that same thing. I've achieved in a few months what most people would achieve in a few years, but I did that mainly because of the 7 mindsets and 3 techniques that I will reveal you in this video that I learned before and during my 7 months of gymnastic training. So let me quickly present myself. My name is Andrea Poneri and my mission is to become the best and freest version of myself, to achieve inner peace and a life I'm fully satisfied of, and to help you out on that same way. So if that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe. So let's get started with mindset number 1. To get what you want, you actually have to do what needs to be done. That might sound like an average mindset, but as soon as I understood that to get the results that I wanted, the pain that I actually had to go through was inevitable. It was just the price to pay. Everything changed because I understood that I actually was willing to go through that pain to get to my goal. So I was pushing harder and harder and harder because I knew that it was just like that. It was just the price to pay, and the more pain and sacrifices I would have been done, obviously with brain, the better results I would get. Mindset number 2. Failure doesn't exist until you accept it. This is a very powerful one. This is so true, bro. Until you don't accept failure, until you continue trying, you can't lose. So if the only things you actually accept in your training and in your life in general are trying and learning, then failure is not even an option, bro. And you will inevitably win. Because remember, he who wins doesn't give up, and he who gives up doesn't win. You can choose who you want to be. Third mindset, I'm able to do everything. What I was trying to remember over and over and over again was the fact that the man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can are both right. So basically, we are the one deciding if we will be able to do something or not. So I set for myself as a rule to always assume everything to be easy and everything to be doable. Because remember that your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time are your beliefs. What you believe to be true will be true. So choose your beliefs wisely. And I know that this may sound very abstract, but the only thing you have to do is use the power of belief every single time you express something, every single time you have a thought in your mind. Remember to only have the kind of thoughts that serve you. Mindset number 3 is actually connected with the first technique that I want to be sharing with you, which is the one that has helped me very, very much in the 7 months of gymnastic training. I was surrounded the whole time with people who made everything that I wanted to achieve easy. So obviously, if you're broke and you surround yourself with billionaires, you will start making money. And so having those little 7, 8, 9-year-old girls who are doing movements that I didn't even think to be possible before, or having the boys around me who are doing even harder ones, encouraging me, telling me, at the end of the day, it's not that hard, you can do it easy. And having that kind of people around me helped me a lot, bro. So always try to surround yourself with people who make the things that you want to achieve seem easy, bro. Mindset number 4, always stay on the edge of your fears and of your capabilities. Never push too hard, never too little. Because if you push too hard, you get hurt. If you push too little, you don't improve. Sometimes I tried to push too hard, doing movements that I was not yet ready to do, and I hurt myself. But at the same time, if we just stay in our comfort zone the whole time, then we will not improve, bro. We will simply not improve. So what we want to do, at least that is what I did, what I've seen that works like magic, is always push a little bit further than what we have achieved previously, which is very connected with the second technique that I want to share with you, which is the one that I actually use in every single training. Started with a warm-up, then we started with easy movements that we also were very easily able to do. Then we started to get win after win in the little bit harder and harder movements, to get to the movements that we had just unlocked, to perfect them, right? And it was amazing how by doing that, by creating momentum and getting early wins, it was much easier to do the movements that were seemingly hard. And when you did the movements that you had just unlocked, you were so hyped and so much in the momentum that unlocking new movements was just the next step, was easy. So creating momentum in everything you do is very key. Anyways, we get to mindset number 5. Getting help from others who are better than me is not a bad thing. Accept not being the best and then learn from the best. If you see it as a bad thing, I have to be the best, I have to be the strongest, best, and everything, you will always be fighting against others. If on the other hand, you actually accept not being the best in everything, because you probably can't be the best in everything, and then you actually use this to your advantage, you will actually improve much faster, instead of being there trying to be the best and not getting advice from the ones who are actually much better than you, because they know what they did and they can actually help you out. So that was it for mindset number 5. Get into mindset number 6, to endure the hard work with a smile on my face. I was remembering over and over again that pain was inevitable, but suffering was a choice. Your reality is in your mind. If you realize that physical pain, mental pain is inevitable, but the sufferance that you actually get out of it is your choice, you can literally choose to not suffer, to enjoy it, to have fun, to really have fun while going through that pain. So now we get into mindset number 7. Listen to your body. Don't do things out of ego, because remember, no brain, no gain. But what I mean with listen to your body is not to listen to the pussy part of the brain telling you to not do the things, to not do the hard workout because it's hard. No, not at all. With that, I'm telling you to objectively try to look at your situation and try to see what is the best choice in the long term, not in the short term. Obviously, working hard is a very good choice in the long term, and in the short term too, if you have really understood the previous mindset of pain and not sufferance. But if you look at an injury, is it really worth it to try out a few movements which I will not be able to perform well because it hurts, and then having to wait for, instead of a few days, maybe 2 weeks, 4 weeks? Obviously not. That is what I mean with listen to your body. And now we get to the last technique, which has enabled me and many people around me to achieve new movements, new milestones by visualizing. And how do we do that? It's actually very simple and straightforward. There are 2 visualizations that I used. The first one was to visualize how I was performing the movement, so that I had the feeling of how it will feel like. And then, this is the more powerful one, I think. Just before doing a new movement that you've never tried, maybe you fear it a little bit. For me, it was, for example, the Soleil. You visualize your excitement at already having achieved it. So you feel for a few seconds before doing it as if you had just made it, and then you go and do it. That actually enabled me to get done things that I would have never thought to be able to do. And not only, I actually got this technique from a friend of mine who does crazy jumps and crazy stunts, and he used this every single time. When he talked to me about this technique, I knew that it had to work. I tried it out, and it actually did work. And not only did that friend of mine use it, another friend of mine who. So I really recommend you to go and try it out. Anyways, a big thank you to everyone at the gym, all the girls, all the boys, having helped me out and in general, having inspired me to do better. Thank you too especially to my coaches and to all the other coaches who have been great people to be around. Thank you a lot to the manager of the gym, and I thank a lot also the universe for this special opportunity. Thank you. And now we get to this week's quote. Life is like a song, bro. So dance slowly and listen to the music. Because if you just focus on dancing impeccably, but never listen to the music, the song will be over before even you realizing it. I wish you all the best and see you in the next video.